I never would have thought of myself as a bank teller. If you told me 10 years ago I'd be a bank teller, I would have said no way. But this is a different kind of bank for sure.
Why I don't go to other banks? Because this one's more friendly, or I know all the tellers. Nice to walk in and your teller says, good morning, how are you? The other banks don't treat people like us with respect.
A lot of my kind of people that come in here, people that live on this side of town that don't have easy access to a regular bank account.
That's yours.
Thank you, sir.
Sign that one for me.
Okay.
Pigeon Park Savings' purpose is to bring financial services to people that are suffering from financial exclusion. Maybe because the way they talk, they act, they smell, they dress. There's varieties of reasons why a lot of the people that make it through the doors in Pigeon Park Savings are not even making it through the door in a lot of the banks around here, let alone to a counter to then open a bank account.
A lot of our members appreciate coming in here and just saying, you know, it's really nice coming in here and not seeing you guys in suits.
Part of the job here is building a relationship with the folks that use this bank. There's a lot of very thoughtful, cool people that live in this neighborhood that use the bank. In some cases, I think we're one of the few people that some people even talk to during a day.
I already know the game. I mean, when you've been through it for so long.
When was that? You played with Elvis.
Oh shit, years ago.
Yeah.
You know, everyone has their favorite. I don't want to say favorite, but you could see yourself being friends with them outside of the work.
Most banks, well, all banks, you can't open an account without ID. This bank, we require ID, but our outlines for that requirement aren't as stringent as other banks. They can just bring in photocopies of ID.
We explain to them the situation here in terms of it's a $5 a month flat rate charge, which does work out to be the cheapest account in the city because we don't charge per transaction or anything like that. If people are okay with that, we go through getting people's name, address as best as possible. Often people don't have an address, so we just put no fixed address.
If you didn't have the account here, you would have to go to a check cash place where they take a chunk of your check, you know, and every penny to the people down here, you know, is needed. So,
I mean, in some cases you can have an overdraft on your account as well. Like if you're needing an extra $20, they'll allow you that as long as you have a direct deposit. So I mean, there's all these little bonuses that you have having this bank account.
60 on the tellers.
And I take $2.50 cash.
For sure, man.
The community down here, you mean? Going to another bank? Oh, I think they'd get the bum's rush a lot of the times.
I opened up an account with CIBC, but things didn't go well over there.
The big corporate banks, there's no profits to be made off really poor people. You notice if you go to any other branches in this neighborhood in Chinatown, they'll have a security guard, and if people are a bit off, a bit too scruffy, then ultimately they wouldn't get serviced by that institution. We hear all the time of people, even with a government check and adequate ID, not being able to cash it anywhere else but here.
20, 40, and 50 there for you.
Like a good thing about the bank here is that it allows people to have a secure place to put their money, where before
they would keep it in their apartment or their shoebox under their bed. I think you would tend to run through their fingers a lot faster.
They would cash their checks with either their bartender or landlord or at money marts and stuff, and they would get all their cash at once. And then, if people have addiction issues or they're living in insecure places and housing and stuff, or living on the street, then that money is often gone in a matter of hours.
I've talked to several members who've said, if I didn't have this account, I wouldn't have any money at all.
20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, and 50 there for you.
All right, good. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I don't think there's a bank in the world that I know that you could ride your bicycle in. And that's what makes this bank fun, is because it's never a dull moment.
And there's a lot of people that don't see what goes on behind the scenes down here. All they see is what's out there on Hastings Street, the selling of the drugs, the pushers and that. But if they came down and took a real look at the inside of how people really live down here, they would get a shock because it's a community. Even the bank here, it's a real community. And I wouldn't want to see it go.